Warning: this video may contain vulgar language and adult content. If you are easily offended or are susceptible to events pertaining to death, gore, family troubles, or other potential threats, then know that viewer discretion is advised. Please be safe when viewing and stop the video if you need to. Safety is far more important to us than entertainment, so please enjoy your time here with us as we explore this fantasy world.
Hello, and welcome back to DoubleTime.
Hello, everyone. thought you were taking control of that. All right.
I mean, I could. Wouldn't be very good, but I could definitely try.
I could just do it. Basically, a lot has happened. The last episode involved a lot of kind of what our next task is. We were given the task to go do something specific, and then that has developed into something major, and that's seeming what this arc is going to feel like. So it's going to be a big step to that, I think. So I'm excited to continue this arc of the descent.
Oh yes, even though we're not doing much descending, spoiler.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Could change later down the road. We don't know. We don't know if our current task involves us going deeper, or if we need to go deeper to find something that takes us to where we need to go.
Deeper into ourselves. It was a metaphor all along. Again, for the 5th time.
Strahd is once again the cause of this.
We get up Mac and he fucking murders the king, and he's like, haha, it was me all along, Strahd.
360 stab.
360 stab.
So we're going to kick this off because I'm excited to see where this is going to go. Before we do, however, if you're ever interested in any tabletop RPGs, then I suggest you check out RPGLeague at their website, because it has other content creators, has other product creators, and also has reviews on tabletop RPGs. It has reviews such as Star Wars, White Wolf, things that aren't just like Dungeons & Dragons or Pathfinder. So check them out at their website at www.rpgleague.com, and you'll be able to find all sorts of oodles and oodles of good content there.
That was a smooth plug, goddamn.
What?
Nicely done.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Very
good. Where we last left off, everyone. The pair went and explored the other remaining half. Explored to try to find a possible way to stop the magmatic flow that was going into the room that threatened the Drow Keep. Exploring, there was a magmin, fire elemental, as Mason has called it, demonic baby, has emerged outwards from the magma. He followed the fire giant that was sitting atop the house throne to what looked to be a throne of itself. Followed him to the other remaining half of what they assumed was this cave system. In this massive spherical room, there sat 3 ornate metal-wearing fire giants that sat upon genuine thrones, and encapsulated into the ceiling was this fire encased red dragon that was encapsulated within this sphere, completely hovering with no attachment, it seems. Throughout the remaining of the room, there was veins that traveled down the sides, and every time the dragon would expel heat, the veins glowed softly as if they were beating. Finding an ally in the actual fire giant that was sat atop the house throne, they learned a number of lore behind the giants, the ancient rules that they abided by was broken, the ordning, and as a result, it caused their factions to break down. King Snuar had been slain, and they lost their structure as factions, and many of them turned to the same kind of following that those three fire giant lords act as. Siphoning the power from the Red Dragon is how they have been able to ascertain the amount of power that they have, as well as create the magmatic flow that they've been able to conjure from it, delving and ripping into the elemental chaos using said power. Coming to the conclusion that they needed aid to decisively cut off the power, as in slay the fiery red dragon. They needed aid. They needed to unite as a force, using the drow, using the dwarves, and then deciding that they needed the aid of King Ingvar, the storm giant. One that nobody knows genuine location of, but a necessary force in bringing back giant kin to civilization, bringing them back from the darkness that they've been under and viewed as into more of a light of an actual functioning civilization. As a result, finding the general location of King Ingvar using a scrying magic and learning that he sat atop a stone throne somewhere in the northern frozen district. The landscape is encased in ice and snow, and it's somewhere north, more north than they have ever traveled, the pair. Allying themselves with the drow, they met and were accompanied by a female drow in robes known as Kaelin. She seemed to have been a priestess of sorts, or at least in the power of a priestess, and decided to accompany them, being the most capable, as the ponytailed drow woman had said. Traveling now to the dwarves and seeking their aid, that is where we come back. So, Jester.
Why, hello.
You have taken control. You have that swapping moment. And as you do, you can see Anna has this, feeling of panic over losing the control. And then you come into consciousness. Your entire surrounding is much cooler. Not like being on the surface, but
not cool, but not nearly as hot.
Not nearly as hot as being down where the fire giants dwelled. You can see the dwarves are standing there. The one that is exceptionally in the head dwarf out of this group, out of this this encampment of dwarves. He is looking quizzically. See where you're coming from. Why do you need us?
Well, you want to reclaim your land, do you not?
Well, yeah, I do. I want us to be able to live solemnly, but it seems like by doing this puts a lot of us at risk. Yeah. And we want our land.
Yeah.
This is the only way to do it, like you said. Yeah. So what do you need from us now? Are we doing this now? Because I
No. Oh, no.
I don't think
God.
we're ready to fight down a dragon.
No, not now. Just do what you've been doing, I suppose.
I mean, we got the siphons pulling out that stuff, but we haven't had any creatures coming out of it.
Good. Then I guess just keep doing what you're doing. When we come back, then we will start talking about what our final plan is.
What is your plan? How are you? So you're getting the dwarves, you're getting the drow,
Yep.
and you, as he says drow, all of the dwarves spit over their shoulders.
Now look, I know you don't like the drow. Drow don't particularly like you either. But if you two fight for a common goal to reclaim lost land that both sides have lost, I could see it starting a mutual understanding. Not a friendship or anything.
Yeah, I get it. If we helped each other, we'll be able to unite and beat down the opposing force that's stopping both of us.
Oh
from
god,
getting what we
that's
want.
not even what that's not what I meant at all. I just meant you wouldn't have to fight each other, and you would just like kind of, be upset neighbors, but you wouldn't go to killing blows.
Fair enough.
My ultimate master plan also includes the giants.
Right. So
All
about
of
the giants.
Hmm.
As you bring up your giant that you're allying with, or bringing up the giants, you can see a lot of them get tense. They don't draw weapons, but they definitely get tense and stand up kind of more attentively. So you're hanging out with the giants for this.
Had a conversation, not hanging out. I wouldn't call it like drinking buddies or anything. Just kind of, had a conversation.
And what did this conversation entail? Seems to me that you went down there to do something, and
Talked
you got
about
buddy with
honor
one.
and whatnot.
Well, we know a thing or two about the honor system.
Then
Dibs,
you'd know
that,
well
that,
enough that
that sort of thing.
Wait, calling dibs?
But anyways,
Anna, I don't think they know what honor is.
You came back, you spoke to one. You didn't die. So that
Nope.
means one of two things. Either you're with them, or they're with us.
They're with us.
Considering the
Guaranteed.
fact that you're trying to get us to be friends with the drow, I'm gonna assume that they're with us.
The drow are also on board with the giants.
Alright, so now we
figuratively
got our trifecta going here.
That's a big word. What's that mean?
I heard it's from the Wizard Man. Say it a few times. I'm not necessarily too sure.
I'll take your word for it. I don't know what it means either.
Yeah, it's something gambling related, I think. I don't know.
Maybe? Poker, maybe? I'm not certain.
What's poker?
Ah, shit. L to L Hold'em?
Ah! No. So, you got the drow.
Yep.
You got the giants.
Eventually, yep.
Eventually. Oh, so
That's what I'm off to go do.
Right.
Eventually.
Okay, so you're gonna be leaving to go find giants.
Yep.
Where?
The north. Like, really far to the north. Like, past the edge of the map to the north.
Really? Going out
Yep.
that far to find yourself some fire giants? Seems a little odd.
Storm giants.
You can
A
see a
single one
number
in
of them.
particular.
A number of them almost like recoil when you bring up storm giants. You're looking for them.
Before we continue this conversation, I remembered I gotta let my friend out. I unfurl the portable hold and stick it down.
Kaylin steps up. Oh, that is quite roomy. Did you need anything? And as she kind of steps up, many of the dwarven individuals kind of like grab their weapons for a second, and the head figure there, hey, go hush out.
Working allies. Ain't friends, we're allies through business.
You're gonna go whack 'em or go fucking whack off somewhere else. I'm not gonna deal with it now.
That was pretty fucking explicit there, my friend. Colleague. Either way, this is my traveling companion, so graciously gifted to me by the drow.
And you're keeping her in your pocket.
I mean, she can't fly. Not that I can either.
I've seen you fly.
Have you? Are you sure there wasn't someone else?
Lower. Oh wait, no. Maybe I am thinking of someone else. You know what? Doesn't matter. Hello, Kaylin. My name is Akis.
Akis?
Akis. If you're going to the north, there's a few things you need to know. One, it's cold.
Obviously.
Believe it or not. The others, the blistering winds tend to drown out a lot of things, including life.
Ominous.
It's cold.
Sure you were a poet. Alright, so what do you recommend? I assume furs and stuff ain't gonna be enough.
You need to know where you can hunker down and how to, especially considering it's a lot more flat than a lot would anticipate. Constructing a shelter is far more important than being able to just travel. You can survive the cold just fine, but the cold itself is the least of your worries. It's the things that survive the cold that you need to watch out for.
Kaylin, I assume you know how to survive in the cold?
Well, it's generally pretty warm down here.
That's unhelpful. Alright.
If we're talking about shelter, I can't necessarily make anything, but I am adept in some regards to fighting off creatures.
Alright. That's better than nothing, I guess. So,
you're gonna be going to the north to find storm giants. It would be best if you had someone that knew something about it, yeah? Sounds like you two have never been there.
God, no.
Alright, I'll be coming with you then, if that's alright.
You're completing the, I hold my fingers together and I form a triangle, the Trifecta.
There it is again. What is that?
I have no idea. I saw you use it. I thought I'd use it.
It sounded like it fit. At the same time, it sounds odd. Look. I've been from the Great Glacier, at the very least, if that's how north you're talking about.
I don't even know what that is, so it must be pretty far north.
It's goes beyond the map, is what you said. So, people don't go very far into it because they don't feel there's anything else, because nothing else survives out there. That's why the storm giants must have found themselves to be able to hide up. Stow away. Because things aren't going to go after them, and the creatures out of there know not to trifle with them. At least most of them. So if I come along, then I'll be able to pinpoint some areas that we might be able to hunker, as well as, you know, help you along through it.
Well, you have my thanks.
Sorry if it's out of comfort, but it's important, I guess.
I've been to hell, and I've done deals with devils and stuff. So
you've been to hell, and now you're going. I don't want to ask, and
hitting
I don't
all the
care
extremes
enough
in
to.
temperature.
Right. When are you leaving?
Now. Probably.
I'm ready now, then.
Are you? That was quick.
We've always been prepared in case the giants decided to climb up. We weren't sure what they wanted, so we've just been on ready and on guard. It takes me maybe about a minute to fully ascertain everything that I have and get going.
Wow, that's another big word. I'm proud of you.
I don't like it because it has ass in it.
That's good. So your men will be fine until you return?
They ain't even my men. They just put me in power because I could beat the living shit out of all of them.
It's a good reason as any, I guess.
They'll be fine. We can go and talk to some of the other encampments. Because you're gonna need a force, yeah?
Probably.
And it's important that we go talk to the other ones. I can send my encampment to break apart. However long this takes, I'm not too sure. But the traveling itself is gonna be arduous.
Well, I'm glad to have you with. I'll watch your back if you watch mine, and then we can both watch hers as you watch ours.
We'll form a trifecta.
Nice. High five.
Triangle trifecta. He gives you a high five. You have to kind of like get down slightly because he's much shorter than you. But he leans back. All right, boys. Get out. Go and you heard him, right? A lot of them just kind of like pitching. Yeah, but I mean, there's nothing else that we can really do here. Might as well, leave if there's nothing else for us. Oh, you're gonna leave now? Well, see, that would be fine if any completely just side blinds him and up and just punches into his gut. You can hear several of the doors just go, "Oh!"
I hold up a sign with 5 out of 5 written on it.
You're gonna go and do this so we can get our goddamn land back. Cause where are you gonna go? You're gonna go back to your ma. You're gonna go whine and cry. Or you're gonna fuck up, and learn from it. A lot of them stay silent for some time. Yep. Yeah, let's go do that. And they break apart, going off towards different ways and traveling down into the dwarven settlement, basically.
Nice.
Alright. I'm ready to leave. We can talk to Magic Dude over there. He'll be able to bring us back to the city, at the very least. Like he did for you before.
Fair enough. That saves a lot of travel. So yeah, we go over and talk to Magic Man.
Alright. Is Kaylin out of the thing, by the way, by this point?
Yeah, I just let her out.
Yeah.
You can wander around and do whatever.
You can tell that when Kaylin and Akis are there, they easily are just spread apart. You are the middle of the middle person, basically.
Fair enough.
And they keep at least a solid 15 feet apart.
I'm not expecting them to, get along. I'm just expecting them not to kill each other until at least this is all over.
Yeah, so far they're not killing each other.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Positive.
Yeah. So, traveling up to the wizard dude, as they call him, the dwarven magic user who knows a little bit about the elemental plane of chaos and everything like that.
Yep.
The elemental chaos. So you're gonna be taking Akis with you?
Well, I mean, he offered to come, so.
I did. It's rather important that we get this situated. I suppose. Gotta get it done. I heard bits and pieces of it. Important that I stay. That way I can learn some more about this chaos. Stopping it upstairs, but, I mean, who knows for how long. Good on you, though, Akis. I'll get our move on.
Wow, his accent's just fucking changed. He's now
It absolutely has. It's now more southern, a lot more
fucking. I dig
western
it.
style.
I dig it a lot.
Dwarven western.
I have to use that in my campaigns. Jesus Christ, it's beautiful.
It was hard not going into the western for a while. Alright, so let's get moving. We'll get handling this. And after some time, the Dwarven Magic user brings out his palms and places a hand onto the ground, and the sigil kind of like forms along the base of your feet. Alright, you two are gonna need to get closer though. It can't encompass the mass. Kaelin rolls her eyes and Akis spits over his shoulder as they both get buddy next to you to fit in.
All right. Let's make a trifecta sandwich. I'll be in the center.
And you guys are whisked away magically. It's the same feeling that you had felt before, even though Anna was the one that felt it, right? Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
No. Yes.
Sure.
No. Was it?
We both felt it.
I don't fucking remember. But
we both teleported before, so no,
yeah. You get that same sensation where your feet just move off the ground and they are far ahead of you, and you have to like catch up to your own feet and legs, and then all of a sudden you're standing directly in front of the city, of which I can't remember. The city. Where's my phone not going? My photos.
Caladir.
That's right. And the bolstering heat would be affecting you if you don't have your cool rock, luckily. Immediately, Kaelin.
Yep.
And she flips up her hood. A little warning next time would have been greatly appreciated. I didn't think we would be coming out immediately to the sun.
Yeah, my apologies. That's, I
I'm
might
sorry.
know somebody who might be able to help you with that.
Well, if we can just get out of this heat, that'd be great. The sun is nothing that I want to be a part of. Akis kind of like gives a snicker softly. Just.
Oh, come on. None of this. We ought to work together here.
We gotta work together, yeah, but I mean, it's funny. It's a little funny.
Okay. All right. Sort of funny. Kaelin, it's kind of funny. You know what's even funnier, though?
What?
This short stack can't keep up with us.
You see, with the hood covering her face, you can only see like the mouth softly, but you can see a smile just kind of creep up. Akis pictures in. Hey, just because I'm short don't mean I can't keep up with you.
All right. This trifecta is failing by the moment. We have to continue.
It's been 20 seconds in the sun. And you're already up in arms with each other.
Well,
so where are you going?
I'm gonna go talk to Corwin.
Corwin, figure as much. Make your way towards the palace itself. You're walking forwards. A lot of the people that are there, a lot of them are trying to retain their heat, or try to stave off the heat, rather, and step into shade as much as they can, drinking loads and loads of water and liquor to try to sustain themselves. You are drawing quite the attention with a very noticeable drow woman, a dwarven man, and your human self.
Great. Perfect.
They're not doing anything, though, but a lot of times they're just kind of like looking in your general direction. Some of them actually go off and hide.
They're intimidated by three people. How the fuck do they even hold land?
You know, Kaelin, I think they're kind of scared of your face. Oh, I suppose. I thought it was your smell that was pushing them away. Hey, just because I don't...
It can be both.
as you basically leap in between them and put out your arms. It's you both. You make it to the palace easily enough, with no fights breaking out.
I'm gonna regret this already.
Look, this is how the drow and dwarves interact, man. Especially these two.
Great. I'm pleased. I'm so happy.
I'm happy. So, making it inside, you're not stopped by anyone. There's still the children that are doing their tasks, getting things cleaned, number of guards, and you make your way to Corwin's lab. Making your way there, it's easy enough. And you get to the front of the door. The door itself seems to be almost like oddly colored in comparison to what it was just a day ago even.
Oddly colored in what way?
The wood that it was before was of a slightly bleached kind of color. It's a lot more red now.
Did he get a new door? Did he blow up his door? Is he dead? I opened the door carefully.
Opening the door, it doesn't squeak or anything. It seems to be like it's a new door, possibly. And inside the middle section, where the basically all the small chemical supplies and all the sort of gear and such, seems to have a little bit of some char in the cobblestone work. But with the door open, you can see Corwin is there refurbishing, it looks like. He's restacking a number of things. And in that moment, you can see Greywing just like give off a metallic craw. Both Kaelin and Akis are just lost in thought. So what are we doing here? We were looking for storm giants.
One step at a time.
Kaelin pitches in. Alright, but it's a little concerning that there's these burn marks.
He's easily startled, and he might, I don't know, blow us up. So just play it cool.
Well, with Greywing giving off a caw, the gnomish man turns around. I didn't see you. I didn't see that you were catching up. So, how'd everything go?
Well, I'm not dead yet, but things have escalated. The fire giants have 3 lords down there. They have a prisoner red dragon, like a big one. Hold my arms really far apart, like that big. There's drow, like her. There's dwarves, like him.
The entire time that you're saying this, his face is stoic.
And we're heading to the north to go find the lost storm giants.
Fun!
Thanks. I thought so as well.
So what you need?
Well, she needs goggles so she's not blinded by the sun, and he needs something for the smell.
Something for the smell.
Oh, and that hot rock, if you made any progress on that.
You know, I haven't, but I do know of a simple solution to it. Let me see that cold rock.
Alright, I give him the cold rock.
He takes it in his hand. It swishes into his metallic hand and then pops back out, except instead of its blue coloring, it's now red.
Do I feel hotter?
You definitely feel like you're gonna sweat.
Oh.
A lot.
Oh, wiping my brow. Oh my god.
I figured it was actually a lot easier just to change this one.
Can I do that at will, or is that something you have to do?
Oh, it's tied to my hand.
Oh.
So unless I gave you my hand, which I'm not.
I pull out a knife.
I mean, it's a metallic hand, a knife's not going to do anything.
I'm kidding. Kind of, not really. Love you. Smile.
He hands you the warm rock now.
I put it away. Put it in the bag or something.
Yeah, putting it in the bag. It's not like it's making it hotter. It just means that you can't be cold, basically.
Yeah.
So you're just still sweltering from the heat, that this place actually is under now. Now that you don't have the cool rock. Both Kalen and Akis just like immediately, the moment that the rock had changed. Oh, so this is what you were talking about how the fact that this city was cooking. It was cooking real nice.
Yeah, it's real bad.
Yeah, I can agree with you. I've been here for maybe 20 seconds in this heat, and I'm not enjoying this.
No, this will at least help when we get up into the north where it's fucking cold.
And Kalen removes the hood. Yes, this is definitely not something that I'm going to enjoy. But the sun, I understand. I'm taking a look. The thing is, I already gave my goggles away, and those don't necessarily help you with the sun. So, Corwin, make a note. Produce sunglasses of kind. Something to protect against the sun. So, sunglasses.
I like that. That's a clever name.
Isn't it? I thought it was work. Maybe they'll even work with those that are blinded, so that way you can kind of still wear them like your normal glasses. I'm not sure yet. I feel like
Can't see, but you can wear sunglasses. That's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
Meta.
Making it... I mean, I'm not going to necessarily be able to do anything to help your vision from the sun. The sun is very difficult to build around, so... I'm sorry, but I'm out of luck there. If you come back to me when I fully develop these sunglasses... But...
I'm not a scientist or a math man or anything, but couldn't you just, like, put tinted lenses in something and then, that'd be fine?
1 second. And he goes downstairs and you hear, like, the sound of, like, unscrewing a thick metal clang that collides with the ground. It's the size of... It's kind of big. Cut this down some. And you hear some sawing, just...
I didn't even know we had that.
You did not see it when you first went down there. So you don't know what that sounds from.
I don't want to know.
Eventually he comes back up with some rather crudely made tinted glasses. The tint themselves is bluish, like dark blue and not black.
So we're talking like, are they round lenses as well?
Yeah.
It looks like, is it John Lennon?
Yes. The glasses themselves aren't perfect. The metals that seem to have been used were repurposed metals, and then also the glass itself is kind of smudged up because it might have been singed to some degree. But that only adds to the tint.
Great.
But yeah, he adds them to her. I don't know if this is going to work, but it might do something. Thank you. And she puts them on, and you can see her eyes get like really big.
You don't. Oh.
I'm not too sure these are going to aid me in my sight, but it might help with the sun. Oh, good. Then the task is made.
Oh, there's a fine line you gotta walk, and I'm pretty sure you went way fucking over it.
Who, me or Corwin?
Both.
I mean, glasses are very severely different than just using normal glass.
You gave us fucking night vision goggles.
Yeah. But those are also magic.
Why can't his glasses? I don't fucking know. She's blind now during the day, which is about how she was before. So...
Oh, yeah, 1 second. And he grabs them, brings them out, and what he does is he flips the lenses around and then puts them back on. And you can see her eyes actually go normal. Sorry about that. Had them backwards.
I leave.
As you just leave, he gives a nod. Thanks, friend. Hope everything goes well. And he goes back to normal. Both Akis and Kaelin follow you. They actually look at each other, look back at you. So what's he about? Akis pitches in. I have to agree, this is a little obscure.
So we met him when we came here originally to petition aid from this city to help in our fight against the Magi who took Neverwinter and crashed into Waterdeep, and then that's why we came here to talk to this guy.
You were telling me about that, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, we witnessed like 3 genocides in the past 4 months.
Do you need a break? Do we need to sit down? Do you take a few days to yourself?
Don't have time. When this is all done, the 3 of us are gonna go find my other friends who have all disappeared from a wish spell, and we're gonna go on vacation. Somewhere nice.
I don't mean to be presumptuous here, but we do have lives apart from this task.
What is that supposed to mean?
Well, we have only known you for the better part of an hour or 2.
Then I'll go on vacation. I don't fucking care.
Well, you absolutely may deserve that, especially considering what you're saying, if it's true. A city fell into another city? Akis pitches in. Don't ask. He'll be on it.
I mean, we can go show you.
There's an awkward silence.
It's on the way. Not that I want to go back.
Well, I mean, if it's on the way.
Well, alright. Guess it's decided. Though, how are we getting there? I assume we have to cross the ocean again, the Sea of Swords.
So we're traveling directly from here to there. That's gonna take... by land? That alone's gonna take probably about 2 to 3 months just to get to the layer itself.
That's far too long.
Right, so I think if we're looking for a way to get to it, some magic's gonna need to be involved, like that fancy wizard just did.
Yes, of course. Unfortunately, I don't know any fancy wizards. Other than... You know what? It's far too complicated to explain right now.
Well, then we can ask around, I suppose.
Wait a minute. She's still here? Did I send her away? Is that one tiefling woman still here?
The tiefling person that exists in this building?
Yeah, the one who runs the school thing.
Yeah. You told her, if I recall, to basically slowly prepare the citizens to leave. Take as many by the boats as possible and slowly leave and abandon the king, dude.
I suppose it's only been the better part of a day.
It's not even been a day.
Oh, hey, you're still here.
Yeah, you see her still stressed from your conversation from before. It might have been like a day. I don't remember, but regardless. Um, who are they?
They're traveling companions. We form a trifecta.
Trifecta.
Yeah, that's our team name. We're the Trifecta. And I hold up a triangle above my head.
Did you solve the problem?
No. Well, kinda. On our way to go do that.
All right. What are you doing?
We need you to teleport us via magical circle. And I hold up my hands and I point, and I'm like, we have to go from here. And I like go through the air, and I point at my other palm, and I'm like, gotta go over here. It's gotta bring us from here. Here.
You just hear the sound of a palm hitting a face. As you can tell, Kaylin is there, wondering who is currently the leader of their task of the Trifecta.
And don't you forget it. And by here,
the
I mean far to the north.
The tiefling woman gives a nod. Well, that is far beyond anything that I'm capable of. We did have someone that came off the ship with you. They came in to ask a little bit about the arcane field.
Oh shit.
I don't know if she's still within the city, but she talked about possibly seeking a freight back.
Oh my god, she's already leaving? I fucking just run off towards the dogs.
Oh, okay. So, should I still prepare then?
From the distance, you just hear, or she hears, yup!
Yup! Akis and Kaylin both run off after you, and you can tell Kaylin gets a little bit of a snicker because Akis can't keep up with your running. Kaylin doesn't seem to have any issues keeping up with you.
Oh.
But Akis is kind of trudging slowly behind.
That would imply that she has a movement speed higher than 30. Impressive.
Oh, right. No, you have a movement speed of 40. Never mind. She's also being lagged behind, but Akis is far more behind. You're almost doubling Akis' speed here. In fact, you are, because you can dash as a bonus action.
This little shit, he can't keep up.
But, you still all make it to the docks pretty quickly. You can tell that a freight does seem to be getting stocked up. It has turned around from where it was in the docks previously. It seems to be the same ship as before. You can see the same kind of, what's the ship crewmate, the one that was managing over travel and expense and everything like that.
Oh yes, the one we talked to before. I see.
Yeah. You can see him talking to the wizard woman that helped Anna focus with Eris's spell tome. Also talking to him.
I see. Everybody's here. And then suddenly Barst and Chalet appear out of nowhere.
I mean, that man was part of the ship. He wouldn't go away without the ship. It's been a day. It may have been like a month for us, but it's been less than 24 hours at least.
It feels longer. So I casually stroll up, sweating profusely because it's so fucking hot. Greetings again.
Hey. So what are you doing back here?
I have come to ask for assistance from our friend here.
Oh, by all means. I'm only looking over the list, making sure we've got everything we need. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna stand over here with my back turned against you, I suppose. That way I don't.
I mean, you can still be a part of the conversation. I just need to talk to her.
He turns around, looking at the list.
What's with the passive aggression? I just need to talk to her.
You get the feeling that being out in this heat is not fun, so he's probably a little bit agitated from the heat.
Aren't we all?
I mean, you've only experienced it for like 10 minutes. He's been here for a few hours. You needed to speak to me. What
I do.
What about?
I need you to teleport us three. And I point at Akis and Kaylin fucking huffing and puffing as they're approaching. Us three. I need to teleport us via magical whatever to the north. Waterdeep, where it used to be, I guess, or farther north than that.
You're speaking very differently than what you were before.
Slap my forehead.
Okay. I won't be able to do that. But I do have the connections to see people that might be able to. Are you willing to travel back to where we were before?
Am I? I guess so.
Well, it would be important, because that from there I can inform you of who you need to speak to.
I would very much appreciate it.
Okay. I can tell you. There's this, I suppose this should start once we get going on the ship, so that way you don't feel the need to back out, I suppose. The man said that it would take us maybe an hour for the ship to be ready, and then we're actually planning on leaving in a half day, so you can spend some time here to sleep, and then they'll leave first thing in the morning tomorrow.
Alright. I assume you're coming with.
Well, yes.
Alright.
So, alright, we can, let's go find somewhere to sleep then. I'll tell you of everything that, like I said, that things with Arcane get a little bit odd. So, bear in mind what I'm going to say to you is going to definitely involve the more odd portions of Arcane.
I don't like where this is going.
Well, you yourself are already different, having 2 spell tomes of your own. This is only right up that alley.
Oh yes, of course, spell tomes. I definitely have 2.
Alright. Yes, I'm not sure what you're trying to say with that.
Do you recall what you did, right?
Well,
yes.
Yes.
And how there was another one?
So...
One that shouldn't be there? I pointed myself.
Oh.
Yes. We,
You share the same bot? That's rather...
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's rather invasive.
It is quite unpleasant, and things tend not to work out entirely the way either of us want, but we make it work.
Both Kaylin and Akis look at you completely confused as they have no idea about this.
I'll explain to them later.
Well, the nearby Rusted Pin is our best bet for some cheap lodging.
What about luxurious? Now, who am I kidding? We don't have money.
I was gonna say, have you looked in the bag of holding lately? We got 23 gold to our name.
Hell yeah. Woo.
My plan was to actually steal some of the forged items and stuff to sell. I'd be like, they gotta make some sweet shit. But I didn't have time.
Okay. Now we're poor and we're going somewhere where money doesn't even matter, so...
Yeah, true. So you're going to the Rusted Pin. Rusted Pin definitely derives its name from the quality of the building itself. It's rusted, but primarily because of the age of the certain metals they used to put it together. Not that there's actual metal on it, like metal beams or anything that have rusted over, but you can easily see the spotted patterns of where they used for nails, where they used for bolts. All those bits and pieces have specifically rotted, giving it a very odd kind of design. It's almost like a polka dotted pattern for the most part, but only in joints.
I'm intrigued, I suppose.
Going into the door with the spotted pattern near the hinges, you open it. Inside is a number of townsfolk who are also trying to bolster themselves against the heat, because it is also still unbearably hot in here.
Great. Perfect. I love it.
The man that sits behind what looks to be not like a bar, but the only countertop apart from tables that's here. Hey there. What you looking for?
Looking for some rooms. 4.
How many rooms?
To be precise.
4 rooms? That's a lot.
I mean, we can bunk up, I guess.
No, it's fine. It's fine. More rooms, the better. Means I can pay for my own business.
His voice is all over the place. Have you been on that helium again?
It's the heat.
The heat doesn't do this.
It's caused my vocal cords to rapidly adjust.
What?
It's a chronic disease in my family.
Chronic disease? You thought you said it was the heat.
I didn't want to say that it was diseased because I didn't want to talk about my family. Do you want the 4 rooms, or would you rather stand here and insult me? You can hear Akis is like nearly dying of laughter.
I'm sorry.
I've broken you.
Oh my
He slaps down 4 keys. That's going to cost you 2 gold.
I give him the gold. I give him 3 gold.
3 gold.
I apologize.
Kaylin silently takes the key. You can see her hand is trembling as she is trying to stifle a laugh. Akis takes the other as he is boldly just chuckling. And the mage woman standing there with you takes the other key. Thank you, sir. Did you say sir?
Oh,
Never
mind.
We're
just gonna go.
You quickly just leave and find your room easy enough. There's not that many rooms to this inn. It seems that whatever business that he might have had, this is a very odd building with some odd circumstances wrapped around those that own it.
Anna, is it a bad thing that I laughed at someone with a chronic illness?
Yeah, that makes you a terrible person.
Fair enough. I want to go to bed.
But we have been to hell, so in fairness, we've already paid for our wrongdoings, right?
Wow. I suppose then now we just have a freebie to be terrible people again. Is that what you're implying, Anna?
No, I'm implying that you laughing at him is okay because I couldn't hold back from my own laughter as well.
Wow, I didn't even hear you though. You must have
No,
muted yourself.
I intentionally was just put myself in a silent box. It was very difficult. Anyways, you going to sleep?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Going to sleep. It's hard because the room itself isn't luxurious and it doesn't keep away the heat by any means. You rip off the blanket from the bed, you just try your best to stay cold as much as possible, and it's not comfortable. You can tell that clearly if you were living in this for several weeks, you would go stir crazy because this is not comfortable.
I get a wild plan, a wild idea.
What's
I
that?
pull out the hot rock to heat myself up real hot.
Okay.
And then once I get super hot, I put it away. So I feel like I'm cold, even though I'm not.
This is the worst fallacy ever. I'm gonna make myself overheat so that way I feel cold.
You're gonna tell Jester this is a logical fallacy? Have fun trying.
So you do that. And it helps. But man, you feel really exhausted for some reason. And you feel nauseous, even. It's like you're starting to get really sick. But you stave it off at least enough to cool yourself with all of the singular glands of sweat.
It almost feels like my proteins are unraveling, but that can't happen.
You do wake up fully rested. You imagine trying to sleep in this. Slowly, you're going to just not get as much rest as you would hope. So you are glad to probably be leaving this immediate moment.
Thank God. Let us get on a boat and get out of here.
It is not comfortable.
I don't want to see the innkeep again, so can I go out the window?
There is a window. It is only one floor, so easy enough. You're able to just kind of like... You leave the key on the ground.
Right by the bed.
You flee out the window.
Was the door locked? Doesn't matter.
It was, but you just forgot to unlock it because you just, out of sheer embarrassment, you didn't want to be near the door.
Oh my
God. Everyone leaves like normal people, though, as they see you crawling out the window.
Just stretching here, and as I'm like halfway on the window and my hips are resting on the sill, I do like some stretches.
So as it looks like you're dry humping the window, you get quizzical glances from Kalen and the mage woman, but Akis seems to be picking his nose and not paying any mind to it. We may as well hurry. We didn't talk about anything because of the fact that you grew beet red when talking to that individual.
It was bad, okay? I apologize for laughing at some of the chronic illness, but I didn't know, and it kept escalating, and I can't apologize. I can't look him in the face.
Well, be that as it may, you don't ever have to talk to him again unless you save the city, and hopefully he'll accept it by that point. So you make your way to the ship, dude.
It's time to go.
Okay. Make your way there. The morning is just as hot as it was during the day. This area is perpetually in the same temperature. Nothing changes, even during the night, during the morning, and then during dusk. It is all the same temperature. Making it to the ship, you can tell they have fully stocked it. A lot of individuals have been preparing the sails, checking to make sure all the stocks and the ropes are intact. And you can see the man that's standing there taps his foot. Great, so you all are Good to come then, yeah? So we need to establish payment.
How much?
Well, I would imagine that the food situation would act as the same benefit for you.
Yep.
But about your two friends, well...
They should fall under the food as well. I can't imagine you have 40 people on this boat.
Oh no, we do. The tiefling woman wanted us to bring back a lot of the elderly individuals. So we've got a full ship just like we did before.
I quietly add her name to the list.
Added to the list because of the fact that you told her to do this.
I won't hear this nonsense. I didn't do anything.
Make a persuasion check.
I can cast it multiple times a day, though. It doesn't matter.
Alright, fine. Your group's good to go. I'm guessing she's with you then?
If I so desire. Yes, she is with us.
Alright, so then just get on. Since you're paying for the food, saves us a lot of money in the long run, so thank you.
You're welcome. I give him the old finger guns.
He gives them right back to you, except half-cocked, just
Nice.
Alright, we're setting sail. I want to get the fuck out of this sun. I'm dying here.
Yeah, anywhere is better than here, I must admit.
Yeah, no fucking kidding. We've been here for a day and I want to melt.
I was in that volcano earlier. Not that it's... Never mind.
He just blinks his eyes. We're leaving! And the ship's sails just unfurl. And they start to travel. The ship itself is rocking, and there's that perpetual old person smell.
Prunes.
Prunes! So what's your plan? Are you going to maintain control?
There's no point, really.
Okay. Oh, God.
You've mentally scarred me and made me think I'm a terrible person now.
You were broken, laughing.
I can't believe you've done this to me.
That was so good. Your reaction. But you just said it was because of the heat. I didn't want to say that it was something to do with my family's illness. I am good to go.
Great. I am not, but we will begin anyway. I don't know.
Yes.
You find yourself in control of all your faculties. And once again, you are on a boat.
Oh, this is getting quite droll.
The wizard woman. Since you just got onto the boat, immediately perks up as your vocabulary has improved. Oh, yes. Hello again.
Oh, you put two and two together then?
I mean, yes, unless he suddenly became very good at acting.
Well, he is actually a fairly decent actor. But no, I am the Anna.
Well, it's a pleasure to talk to you again.
Pleasure. I was able to listen to everything, so don't feel like you need to repeat anything.
Very good.
My question to you, however, is... You said that you have a connection to someone that might be able to take us magically across the continent.
Yes. It's not something I think you'll like, but I have connections, yes.
Well, we can wait for that matter until we get there. How's everything else been? Did you find what you were looking for inside the city?
I did not, unfortunately, but I will look elsewhere. 'Tis not the end of the world.
If I recall, you were bringing up something about trying to research some more into the different arcanes of that specific region, right? Was that what it was?
Yes, sort of.
Well, regardless, it wasn't there that you were seeking, so...
No, unfortunately
It's
not.
unfortunate.
I do believe I will be heading south next.
Well, we will not be traveling together, it seems, at that point. I do wish you best of
accompanying you
luck.
to the north. I was told that's where you were going, and I had no intention to come with, regardless
No.
of where I was going.
No, it was merely just something to say. I do
Sorry,
hope that everything goes well.
I apologize. The heat has ruined me.
Well, hopefully we leave that dome-like heat. Once we do, it'll be much more... It'll almost feel like a rush of clean air, won't it?
Here's hoping.
You know what? Just because this travel's gonna take like a week, I'm gonna try for divine intervention just to get this boat away from the heat.
Okay.
Just gonna focus in, praying like haphazardly, kind of like not fully devoted to Bishaba at this point.
Wow.
Kind of feeling reserved in believing in Bishaba, as nothing has gone proper while staying conjoined with her faith. The effect that was quote-unquote aided in bringing Neverwinter from colliding with Waterdeep didn't factor in up to a point that she was hoping. And then also that reaction that this mage woman had when trying to focus in on this tome, almost giving like this impression that maybe worshipping Bishaba is not the proper direction.
I see. Well, I know of a little bit of hearsay about... No, that's too much. That's too obvious. Can't do that.
Something about the opposing side of Bishaba, almost like the exact opposite.
I wasn't going that way, and I'm not going to tell you until after this is done.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to try to use divine intervention just to, I guess, momentarily remove the heat over the city.
Go for it.
Bring about snow. Alright. So let's go over to the gaming channel. That will soon be the Discord for Misrolled Adventures.
Trademarked, hashtagged, everything like that.
No. That is a solid 53. But wait, are you sure I'm not a level 53 cleric?
I mean, yeah.
We don't have 450 health and all the 9th level spells in the world.
Not quite yet.
Damn it. Fair enough. No, it does not work. Probably because I'm feeling so, I guess, against... Not like against, but just weary of putting my faith into Bishaba at this point.
As you attempt to ask for some sort of aid from her, you feel a resistance. Almost like she's answering, but intentionally ignoring you. It's like she's picked up the phone, but refuses to talk to you.
It's like sitting in a Discord call with the other person not hearing you.
Exactly.
For at least 20 minutes.
While they scroll Twitter.
I'm now imagining Bashaba scrolling through Twitter with like a fake account.
Great. I love it. I bet she has good fucking Wi-Fi up there.
You mean down there? Do you think Bashaba's up in the sky?
I mean, she's out there. She's not anywhere bad, I assume.
Yeah. Well, no, she's technically. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
This is a tangent that does not need to happen.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, you travel.
Headache with it.
You travel for 6 days. On the beginning of the second day, the heat is almost gone entirely. It is very, very fucking cool. You can see that in the faces of everybody on board, including the old withered people, everybody is looking very relieved.
This entire time I've also just been casting create food and water. Just making sure everyone stays up to fed.
The ship with this bland, terrible food.
Would you rather pay to someone catch a fish, or would you rather eat this?
Akis takes a bite of this loaf of bread, and as he pulls away, you can see where his teeth marks are, just like gray interior, like fake, real bad fake food.
It's like a tofu version of the food. You just bite into it, it's like Jello. Oh
I hate
God.
this.
I'm gonna throw up.
Well, now,
in complete contrast to when we had the food in hell, where it was such a delicacy. This is literally eating fucking terrible food.
Gotta admit, I absolutely fucking hate this.
Look, that's fine. But, I mean, you can eat your rations if you think that'll do you better.
Oh,
But
hell
this
no.
Is free.
They're all sweaty and shit. This is far better.
Yeah, it's gonna taste like salt. This
Oh.
at least tastes like nothing. You
That
can't
isn't a good idea.
hate it, and you can't like it.
Fine. Yeah. Fine. It's all well and dandy. Bland. At least I'm not starving.
Right. Trust me, it was difficult even before having this to live. So, yeah, the entire travel I'm just casting this to get food and water like promised.
Right, yeah, so you travel. Everything's fine and dandy. Eventually reach the town whose name I don't remember.
I don't remember the town either.
It was the
not a
town
real-
where we left from.
Yeah, it's not a real town, I'm pretty sure.
Nope, whatever it is, that's where we are.
No, it was a real town actually, wasn't it? Wasn't it the go back to the picture again. Look, doesn't matter, we're back at that town. I'll find the name for it.
Yeah, it's on the notes. I lost interest. We're there.
Yeah. It's
Everybody
not something
gets
that
off
matters.
the boat. They start unloading it. Your group of misfits and this woman get off the boat.
It's Daggerford.
Oh yes, of course. Yes, definitely. I definitely knew that.
Alright. Back on land, thankfully.
Yes. I don't enjoy the sea as much as that might surprise you.
I've been on the sea for a lot. Kaylin, do you know, have you ever, I suppose that's an extremely dumb question to ask if you've ever been on the sea.
What is that supposed to mean? Of course I've been on the sea. I spend more time away than I do back where my people are.
But then oh, so you come to the surface often?
Oh yes, I suppose you'd call me an undesirable. I carry out missions for the house that many would find distasteful.
Oh. My apologies. apologies. I just had assumed that you had done tasks specifically in the Underdark.
Oh, no. No harm taken. Yet. She gives you a slight smile. And you can't really see her behind her fucking tinted John Lennon glasses.
This has turned into a shit show.
Oh, I love it.
So,
at least that's a lot more lighthearted than the fucking ending of the last arc was.
Yeah. To be fair, we can at least laugh. Okay. The entire time that we've been talking about this, you've been skirting around the question and talking about how it's gonna be weird.
Yes.
Just who are we looking for?
Someone who lives here. You probably don't know him. But he knows you, sort of, kind of, through affiliation.
You're right, I don't like this. What do you mean?
You can see she's like kicking at the dirt with her feet. She's not maintaining eye contact at all. So he was kind of maybe, a red wizard?
Okay.
You took that a lot better than I thought you would.
I first started with unseating anger, but the Red Wizards had little to deal with what the Magi was doing. So it'd be unfair.
That. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Was he a part of the Magi? I feel like I have my answer.
If it makes you feel any better, he didn't agree with what happened. At all.
It doesn't.
Then I guess this conversation is almost over.
Well, we don't have any other option. They're good at what they do. And considering the fact that the Magi had ease of transport between city to city, this is our best option, whether I like it or not. I'm clutching Eris's tome tightly.
Akis and Caitlin have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. They know it's serious, but they have no idea.
Nothing. Akis knows about the Magi, but he has no idea about anything about the details of it.
Yeah, he knows they're not good people.
Yeah, that's about it.
That's about it.
Alright, then where can I find him?
I will take you to him. Forewarning. Or, I suppose, more information on the top. He's my brother, so I'd appreciate it if you don't kill him.
I won't. He's our only means of travel. It's odd that you are bringing this up now.
Wounds have had a little time to heal. I assumed if I brought it up the day we met, you probably would have marched straight over and killed him.
I suppose. It's actually fair. It was only a less than a week in when I lost one of my friends. So yes, you're right. That it was probably smarter. The wiser choice.
She doesn't say anything else and just starts slowly walking away and then gestures for you to follow.
Yeah, I follow. Kind of, like, probably 10 feet away from her.
You feel Kaylin's presence over your left shoulder, and she whispers in your ear, I take it the Magi are the bad people.
They were the bad people. Their organization is primarily disposed of.
I see. Well, if it makes you feel any better, my sister tried to kill me, I assassinated my father, my mother poisoned me, and my grandfather killed my mother.
Drow lives are weird, aren't they?
Well, just a little bit. This whole backstabbing business and treason and whatnot is kind of part and parcel of my job. I'm not saying it to lessen the impact of what you're going through. I'm merely trying to point out that bad things happen everywhere, and if you need to talk to someone, I'd be more than willing to help you walk through your grief.
I'm past the grief. Just surprised me, that's all, to hear about another Magi.
If it makes you feel any better, when we come back, we can kill them.
No. I would rather he live for 2 reasons. One, this woman has done nothing except be kind and helpful towards me, and she asked me very kindly to not kill him on sight. The second is, at this point, killing him will do nothing. The city has already collapsed. My friend's life has already been lost. Taking his life is going to do nothing except hurt others, while I stay empty from the same effect. So, I've moved past my grief, at least as far as I can.
Are you sure you weren't a drow wearing makeup?
I'm a little bit more different than a drow, but I bear a similar stand. Atkins knows.
Pardon me, I know what?
My many faces.
Ah, yes. Yeah, they got that. Hard to explain. You gotta just witness it. It's disturbing. Threw up after I first saw it.
You're with me, you'll end up finding out one way or another, but it is easier if you see it rather than explaining. I can take different forms. That's all that you realistically need to know.
Alright then. Okay. And she kind of backs off. By the time you're done this conversation, you've pretty much traveled to where you're going.
Mm-hmm.
The elven woman opens the door and beckons for you to enter. It's a little squat, 1-story house. Doesn't look very big. It's an okay shape, nothing too fancy. Doesn't look super mega rich or poor or anything, just kind of like a middling home.
Oh. Oh, it's a little quaint.
As you step in, this elvish man steps out from like the joined kitchen, the joining kitchen. Yes. I think that's a phrase that works. Doesn't matter. He comes out of the adjoining room, and you can see he looks magical. He has a book tied to his hip. He only has one arm though. You can see the sleeve is rolled up and pinned to the shoulder. Oh, hello. I wasn't expecting guests. And then he sees his sister and he's like, "Ah, yes, of course."
Hello.
Greetings.
I would like to ask for your aid.
Of course.
We need to travel to the other side of this continent, far to the north. And knowing your tie with a certain magical group, I know that there are ways that they traveled through those large golden rings.
Yes. Hate to disappoint you, but my connection to them was severed after I defected. Though I can still get you to where you need to be. Let's not say otherwise.
That would be appreciated. We're trying to find the storm giants. So, I suppose, was it fair to assume that they were like far to the north, inside the Great Glacier? Beyond
yeah,
the map, basically.
Definitely, yeah.
Okay. We need to go to the Great Glacier.
That is quite the challenge you have set up before me. I cannot bring you that far. I can realistically only bring you to places that I've been to. I can get you close, a lot closer than you are now, but the rest of the journey would have to be made on foot.
That's fine. We can manage, correct? I look back at Kalen and Akis.
Kalen just gives like a shrug and a little bit of a nod. She's like, "Well, yeah, I guess." And Akis is like, "Well, yeah, that's why we're going."
It was merely a question. Didn't have to get all philosophical about it. Just making sure that you guys wanted to walk, or if you wanted to hide while I flew. But this is fine.
Nah, we're the Trifecta. We do everything together. And he flexes, and Kaylin rolls her eyes.
His flexes, and his flex makes a triangle.
He does that flex where you like pull your arms into your chest.
Yeah. Holy shit. He fucking flexes and he actually makes a triangle with his arms. He's gotta break a bone to do that.
Trifecta.
It's awesome. Whatever you're capable of is more than appreciated.
Well. I'm reading. Sorry.
Nope, you're fine.
Wow, even replied in character. Impressive.
I'm getting invested in this, man. Anna does not like these people. Really? Ooh.
Well, I have something that could be used to get you close, I suppose. 'Tis little unorthodox, I will grant, but it will work nonetheless.
Whatever needs to be done.
Sister, I assume you aren't coming with. You can see she shakes her head. No, I will be staying here, and I will not be coming with. I do not wish to go to the north. even remotely close to the north.
She's actually going south.
Is she really?
Well,
Yes. There was nothing I could gather in Caladir, so I am heading south. I don't know how long I'll be gone, but yeah. Well, alright, I guess. If you aren't here when I get back, pleasure seeing you again, sister. They kind of have this awkward, silent moment.
So you have to travel with us to take us?
I do. Requirement, I suppose you could say.
Very well.
And yes, let's be very clear here. I know what you think of me, even though I played no part in that.
Yeah, I understand. Doesn't mean that my opinion's going to change.
No, I understand.
But thank you for doing this nevertheless.
Not all of us were bad. Some of us didn't have a choice. This is what I got when I tried to leave, and he gestures to his missing arm.
I was told that you didn't agree with their decisions by your sister.
I did not.
When I saw your arm, I had come to the same conclusion that it was possibly because of this disagreement. So, my apologies.
We all suffered greatly. And there's nothing else to be said.
No. The more time we waste here, the more time is wasted in our task.
Exactly. Now, if the three of you would all stand in a circle and link hands.
Okay. Well, you have to be a part of the circle, correct?
I will stand in the center. As you can see, I don't quite meet the requirements, so I had to alter things just a tiny amount.
Fair. Alright, Kaylin, Akis. For the next minute, touch hands.
They hold hands, like the most, you could definitely tell their hearts aren't in it. It's like the awkward, middle school kids who are dating, and they just don't want to be seen together because they're embarrassed. It's like that.
Oh, great. Fucking got two believers and cooties going on over here. Great. Roll my eyes and I just grab both of their hands very forcibly.
The Magi puts his one hand on the hands of Akis and Changling. And he mutters this long incantation. I do believe it's long. No, it's instant. It kind of.
Huh.
A 6-second incantation.
Weird.
And outside of this circle of hand holding, you can see colors and swirling energy begin to just materialize around you. And after a brief moment, the outside world is completely obscured, and all you see is this twisting maelstrom of energy. You don't feel any wind or movement or anything. And then after he finishes his spell, the magic and the energy begins to fade, and you find yourself standing outside of the crater where Neverwinter used to sit.
I had a feeling, and I was this is gonna suck.
I apologize for the locale, but this is about as far north as I've ever been.
That's alright. I had my assumption. Since affiliations and all. Thank you for this. I suggest going back home, enjoying time with your sister.
I think I will. Good luck on your journey.
Thank you.
And without saying anything, he disappears.
Not even looking in the crater of Neverwinter, I'm just going to start walking around the crater to start heading in that general direction.
Make a survival check, really quick.
Okay. Survival? Ooh, that's not good. 8.
8. 8 would be enough to know that the sun, with how the sun is going across the sky, that you are already on the north side, Neverwinter.
Oh, great. Then I just turn around and start going back to the... Start going north.
Akis is like, that was smooth, kid.
Anyways, Kaylin, since you've traveled some, have you ever been to this portion of the continent?
I've been to Neverwinter. Yeah, once or twice. Never for a good reason.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the last time I was here, I assassinated some noble. There was a crime going. There was a crime investigation. Some innkeep was killed. Innkeep and his nephew.
Oh, right. Right. No, I remember hearing about that. It was extremely undeserved, and it almost seemed poorly executed even. It was so childlike. They found the nephew in a barrel, I believe.
Oh, yes. I bet it was. And you can tell by the tone in her voice that she knows. Akis is completely fucking lost.
Jester is completely fucking lost.
Jester knows what they're talking about because he killed them.
I know.
Akis is like, what the fuck? That sounds terrible. Did they ever catch the murderer? Kaylin's like, I don't think they did. Well, shit.
Okay. I'm going to get this out of the way because this will be the easiest to explain to you. I said that I can change forms, and I can. This is the other me, and I'm going to use my change appearance to look like Jester.
Kaylin kind of just stands there and watches, observing, kind of with like a clinical look. And Akis watches the first half and starts throwing up violently. I really fucking hate it when you do that. I would highly recommend that you don't do that in front of me.
Well, then look away because I'm going to change back.
Oh god.
This is the other me. There's 2 souls bound to this body, and the other one's name is Jester. He looks like this, so if you ever do see this image, you know that this is someone you can trust as well.
Kaylin kind of holds her chin and kind of puts all her weight on one leg and kind of eyes you up. So I assume he is the stupid one.
Yes.
Very good.
He's not intellectual, but he is very committed. When he wants to do something, he will get it done.
So, Akis he turns back to you and he's like, so, this trifecta, it's more of a, quadrecta? Did I use that
with
right?
The trifecta, because it'll still only be the 3 of us.
Hell yeah, trifecta flexes again.
Oh. Jester is the only half that will accept this trifecta. Because Anna knows what the trifecta is. That's the short story. So, that's all that we really need to know about us. There's two of us. We can't control who's in control. So you'll either be talking to me, Anna, or you'll be talking to him, Jester.
Well, that really fucking complicates things then, doesn't it? Kinda.
It does, but we've lived with it for many months. So, we've grown to adapt. I just recommend that you try your best to as well. We both do see and hear everything that goes on.
Oh, so you mean he heard me call him an idiot then?
Don't worry, he's used to it.
In the back of your mind, you hear two words, am not.
You hear two words back. Don't care. No, I'm kidding.
You just hear silent sobbing.
Jester, poor boy. No. It's okay, Jester. She just doesn't understand you yet. She hasn't had the pleasures of genuinely meeting you.
Even though I play Jester, I'm fucking confused by what you mean.
I don't even know.
There is no pleasure, it's all terrible.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, it's Jester. This poor boy.
As you're having this deep inner monologue with yourself. Akis is like, so, yeah, did we bring any, like, furs or anything?
We won't need to, because of that rock that my friend gave to me.
I think you severely underestimate how fucking cold it gets up there.
Well,
Looks like we might have to do some hunting on the way. Not a big deal.
no. It should be fairly easy enough. Especially if, Kaylin here is able to be as precise with the bow as she claims.
We could always test it out. Put an apple in a little short stack here. Hey, no, we ain't putting no apple on my goddamn head.
I'm just going to... How tall is Atkins?
He's like
Less than 5 feet? Yeah.
like 4 or 5, maybe?
Cool. I'm gonna cast Stone Shape and make a stone Atkins.
He stops and his eyes get really wide and he's like, now this is some mighty fine craftsmanship, and he leans back and looks at the ass. Even got all the proportions right.
And I put the apple on top of Atkins' head.
One of your fake tofu apples.
Yeah, one of those tofu apples that goes on top of the stone Atkins' head.
The three of you walk about, I don't know, 300 feet away, and
Oh shit.
Kaylin pulls out a bow,
Just shoots the Atkins in the face.
gets down on one knee, notches 3 arrows.
All of them just sprang.
Fires 3 arrows simultaneously. You can see one goes right through the apple, knocks it off the head. One hits him right in the neck, and one hits him in the dick.
Excellent. I'd say that's a fair enough estimation. You hit all the vital points.
I did indeed. This little shit would not survive.
Atkins, do you have anything to say?
Nope. Nothing. For the first time in my life, I got nothing clever to say. The mighty fine shooting, you colleague.
You drow.
She shakes her head and just looks at you. Are we gonna go now?
Yeah, let's just travel we'll catch something on the way. I have ways of... of finding some. While we're traveling, I'm just gonna cast Arcane Eye to try to find any wildlife that'll give us some decent furs and some warm comfort clothing.
Okay, so you're walking through like the evergreen forest at the moment. Neverwinter is cold and it snows here most of the year, but you're kind of here in like the summer-ish time. The stuff is kind of not frozen right now.
No, it's just like, what, sloshy or something?
Yeah, it's really gross.
Ugh. Oh, it's got that snow mold on the trees.
Everywhere.
Oh, gross.
Ground is muddy.
Ugh.
It's very unpleasant.
I'm gonna fucking chromatic orb these trees, get them hell out of the way.
It's that time of year where at night the ground freezes, but then in the morning it thaws out.
Oh, so it's just perpetually wet and cold.
All the time.
Oh, this is the worst. We're not even in, like, the glacier yet. I'm complaining about cold ground.
So you're using your Arcane Eye to look around. Make a perception check with advantage.
Okay, I'm basically having it fly so that way it can see creatures. Because, I mean, it can see, basically, in every direction at all times. Perception. That is a 13.
13. You easily enough find like a small group of wolves, or wolves maybe. They're kind of ahead of you, kind of to the northeast of where you currently are.
How many are there?
4.
4 wolves. Kaylin, there's 4 wolves in that direction over there. That would suffice in a fair amount of clothing, I would imagine.
Little Akis kind of trundles on up in between you. Yeah, 4 wolves would be enough for probably you 2. You could find another one. 1 would probably be enough for me. I ain't quite nearly as big as you 2.
We also have many days of travel till we make it to where we are.
Find them when we go, I guess.
To. Yes. Now my question to you is: Are we fighting this?
Nope.
Okay. Because I was like, I mean, I could just dawn them.
Kaylin disappears for like maybe 10 minutes. And then she comes back with 4 wolves, all tied up by their like hind legs, and she's dragging them through the muck.
Are they dead?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, just dragging 4 live wolves.
Obviously, they're dead. I caught these wretched little runny bastards. They couldn't escape me.
Oh, I forgot I have more cantrips. I'm just gonna cast. I'll just cast Prestidigitation to get rid of any smells that might be coming out from mold. Just to perpetually just cleanse the air around us.
I assume you'll also cleanse the mud and shit from the wolf pelts.
Oh yeah. Those
Definitely.
I'm gonna wait until we find camp to do that because they're just gonna get muddy again. So.
All right. She gives them to Akis, and he's just like, "All right, I guess I'll drag them. Small little old me. I'll drag these. Never mind."
Oh, but you're so much stronger than us.
I am. Don't you forget it. Represent, and he flexes again.
Represent Trifecta.
Kaylin turns to you and she's like, "Did we really have to bring him along?"
He knows his way, and clearly he can pull his weight, and then some.
You hear him struggling real hard.
I was laughing in the middle of the stupid pun. I was happy with it. Laughing at my own joke. I'm fucking a bastard. Oh, God.
You travel for better part of half a day, as you only had about half a day of light left. Set up a small camp in a clearing out of the mud, little patch of grass and stone.
Mm-hmm. Worst case scenario is I can stone shape something to make us some nice like flooring.
Yeah. It's peaceful, quiet. You would know for a fact, since you lived in Neverwinter, not many people come up here for any reason. So if you ever run into anyone, they're usually an unsavory type or a scholar.
Unsavory or a scholar. One of those are very opposite-ended individuals.
There is never a reason that an average citizen would ever come this far north.
My name's Tim. Oh, wait. Fuck, let me look at the map again. Cause couldn't we make way to? Fuck, where did Ben live? He lived in Luskin, didn't he?
Mayhaps. Maybe.
Let's make our way to Luskin.
Alright. I guess we'll just say that all this kind of took place as you're following the quote-unquote road that's kind of there.
Yeah, it's road that's very, very uncommonly traveled, I would imagine.
It's more like a trail than a road.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. It still cuts in between the evergreen forest. We'll rework the map to work with what we already said. rather than correcting it. As one does. I'll reforge the world to make my mistake true.
If I made a stupid mistake, you can bet your ass that none of it ever happened before. Everything was the way I said right after that.
Oh, God.
So yes, you set up camp. Akis will take it upon himself to skin the wolves. Now, what you gotta do is you gotta make some nice cuts around the ankles. Gotta make sure the pelt comes off in one foul swoop, right?
I'm gonna give him guidance.
Thank you kindly. It's 1d4, right?
Yeah. Do I get the impression that he's good at this?
He definitely knows what he's talking about.
Okay.
Natural 20, plus 4.
Oh, great. Sweet. You know,
expertly, without any damage to the pelts, manages to take them all off without like any of where the arrow wounds were either. Like you can't even tell.
Just marks like the side of it and just easily from that point peels it off like skin on a piece of chicken. Just totally
that was
normal.
an unpleasant image in my mind, but thank you for that.
Do you know what I mean? Like the KFC chicken skin, you just take that off.
You don't eat the skin?
Well, yeah, I'm saying you do, but because God, that's the best part. But
it is. I was gonna.
I'm saying like
shit
that effect where you. Yeah, no, I'd give myself disadvantage. Are you kidding me? No, it's like that effect where you just take that off and it's that pure white underneath it.
It ain't cooked though, so the fat isn't acting like lubricant. So
that's true.
Yeah, I know a bit about skinning animals. Okay.
I know shit all. I know Skyrim logic.
There's a pelt on its corpse, and I just magically pick it up. Moving on, you have these nice 4 wolf pelts. He builds some like makeshift like stretchers to like keep them from shriveling up, and he sticks them around the fire so they can dry.
Great.
He's should be ready by the morning.
Great.
Won't be ideal. I mean, gotta let him dry for a couple days, but we ain't going to be sitting here for a couple days, so.
Is there anything that I could do to expedite it? Like
Suck the moisture out of them, I guess. That's really the only reason we're doing this. Please don't cast Blight on the wolf belt.
No, I can't do that, but if someone were to try to physically suck it out with, like, a mouth, is that possible?
It's this weird pain expression on his face. Probably not, and I wouldn't recommend it.
I guess an unseen servant wouldn't be able to do that then. Okay.
What? What? You're gonna make one of your servants suck the moisture out of this wolf pelt?
I mean, it's an unseen servant. I mean, I could press digitation it. I don't know if that's gonna do anything.
Really make
Can I
it smell
dry
better.
things?
I don't know if you can.
I'll look it up anyways while you're still talking. Go ahead.
Kaylin is like, I would rather like to see this unseen servant suck the moisture out of a wolf pelt. That sounds quite entertaining.
Well, I mean, it's an unseen servant, so you're not going to see it do that.
Akis gets this like crazed look, and he looks at both of you, and he's like, "What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Y'all.
Why can't we just have a friendly conversation? No one's sucking the damn wolf pelt."
Oh, well, I mean, that's fair, I suppose. Probably wouldn't be very efficient. It would only get one at a time. It only lasts an hour, and I feel like it might be a little bit obnoxious.
I want to pretend I understood every word you just said.
No, I can't. I can't dry things. I could. It's non-living material, yeah.
It's organic material.
Yeah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's fine.
As if we're gonna get all philosophical, it's not technically alive anymore, but it's still technically animal matter.
I don't care. It's fine. No, I can't dry it with prestidigitation.
I mean, you could use gust of wind.
True, I do have gust.
It's gonna sit there with a hairdryer all fucking night.
While we're just idly talking, I'll hit it with gust constantly.
The first time you cast it, Akis is kind of like in line. So as you cast gust, all this ash gets in his eyes, and he's like, "Oh my god! What have you done? My eyes!"
I'm just trying to dry the wolf pelts. Sorry, I didn't realize that it would have gotten in your face.
As soon as I can see again, I'm gonna do nothing, I guess. Kind of fumbles around blindly for a little bit.
I'll just clean off his face. I'll prestidigitation his face. That way you can get all the dirt and crap off.
Hallelujah, it's a miracle I can see again.
Then I hit him with gust again. I'm kidding. No, I'm not gonna hit him with gust.
Oh my god!
No, I'm just gonna keep using gust on the wolf pelts to try to get them to dry out.
Roll a percentile check.
Oh, alright. I mean, it is a cantrip. I can literally use this endlessly. 25.
So over the course of the night, you managed to dry at least one of them fully.
Oh. Hey, that's something. Now we just have to craft it into cloth. to somehow making it some clothes. Or we just wear them as is. Just like wear it as like a wolf's head. God, we're gonna look like bandits.
You can see Akis holds up the wolf pelt and he examines the head. He's about to set it on his head, and after you say that, he stops, looks dejected, and doesn't put it on.
Once we're out of civilization, then you can do that, because we're not gonna necessarily see people after we leave that city. I can't imagine it's very big.
The town of
whatever Ben lives in.
Luskin?
Luskin, yeah.
I ain't never been to Luskin. What about you over there yet? colleague.
Sharpshooter.
Never had a reason to. Not many
The only
big
reason-
people live out there, if any.
The only reason I want to go is because of one of my allies and friends from when I traveled in hell. Originally lived there. So I'm wondering if he's gotten better. I
You
want to
said
assume
so-
he has.
You say that so casually. Yeah, I just met him in hell. Everything was great.
Well, look where we're going.
I would rather choose the frozen north over hell if I had the option. At least there they aren't trying to doom my immortal soul forever.
That's fair. I guess I'm grown somewhat. What's the word I'm thinking of? Yeah,
Hardened? Yeah, I know the feeling.
hardened to places primarily. I've been to the Shadowfell. I've been to the nine layers of hell. I mean, for at least 5 minutes, I was the ruler of the 9 layers of hell.
They both look at you with this look of shock. Almost like they don't believe you.
They can go ahead and not believe me. It ain't gonna matter. They can't prove it one way or the other. Once I go talk to Relic.
Akis is like, yeah, I definitely know the feeling of hardness. Back when I was traveling with the boys there through them hills. One of them ate my sandwich. Spent all day crafting the perfect sandwich. And they fucking came along and they ate it. Never been so mad in my life. So I stopped making sandwiches.
Ekans, that is a tragic tale.
He starts crying. I know.
I start crying.
That damn sandwich.
And I start crying tears of laughter.
Kaylin is also crying for the same reason.
Oh, look at that. All three of us are emotional. See, you two do have some common ground.
Like hell we do.
We're just traveling to the city. Do we make it there by chance, or do we?
Yeah, you make it. You make it there without any issue. Managed to find another.
Oh, great!
You find another 2 wolf pelts on your journey. 2 more
Oh,
wolves.
perfect. I would assume whenever we camped, like how long was this travel?
Only about 4-ish days.
4-ish days. That's fair. If we had any major roadblocks, they would have just hopped in the thing, and I would have flown over it. So
Yeah, nothing too crazy.
nah. Oh, great. Yeah, that's a pretty good stopping point.
Rolling up to the gates of
The
Luskin.
gates. Man, you are really assuming a lot about Luskin.
I mean, they got the carpenter Ben working here. He's been working hard.
Yeah, you think a carpenter's good at building a stone gate?
Make out of the wood. It's entirely possible.
We'll find out.
He's probably fucking dead.
Ben's just dead.
Even
He was
fucking
actually
make it.
he was actually just on the city of Neverwinter. He was taking a break.
He went on vacation.
Oh God.
I must admit, I do like the lightheartedness.
I do. It's nice.
Being super serious for so long has taken its toll.
Oh, it really did. It's nice to come back and being and just having fun. Like having joyful fun, not role-playing tragic fun. Oh, I'm excited to work with this though.
Lots
Like
of story potential here.
yeah, I don't know anything about the Great Glacier.
Me either. I got ideas
So
brewing and stewing. I guess we'll see how that plays out.
I've got a few, but I feel like this is definitely going to be something that's heavily directed by you, I think.
Right in my wheelhouse. Oh boy.
Well, yeah, I mean, you introduced it. I had like no joke, I had something kind of similar, except it went in a completely different direction that I like way more. My initial thought was like these stone or these fire giants were using a red chromatic dragon as an energy source, and they were coexisting with like frost giants that happened to catch a white chromatic dragon and go from there. Like they're using all the different chromatic dragons to
Interesting.
tear at um, the elemental chaos. But I like this much more because you're actually working with what many would assume to be an enemy.
For the first time in this entire campaign, we're actually doing something for the benefit of everybody.
Yeah. I mean, we got rid of the Magi. That was kind of the benefit for everybody.
I suppose to an extent.
Hell, we were helping us. We were helping us. Let's be
Absolutely.
fair here. We were doing nothing except helping us.
I
And we
mean,
made 3 awesome friends and 2 incredibly powerful allies and a soon to be enemy.
soon to be
Soon to be
enemy.
destroyed enemy. I mean, I still made that comment that I'm gonna be back to kill that guy.
That guy.
I mean, something that involves a tiefling that was asked and imprisoned,
Oh
that
yes, I
asked us
see.
to take the life of a certain man.
Indeed.
Started with Max, ended with Ilian.
Yep. He deserves his fate, and I will not object.
I mean, at this point, I'm pretty sure I could kill him.
I mean, probably. That'll be the end of the campaign. Our little triumphant act will be going back to
we're
hell to kill Maximilian.
Oh, you know what I should be doing? Like every day, I just divine intervention to ask for Maximilian to be like brought to my fate, just to be brought to me. So
Well, that
that way I can
implies that he
kill.
managed to find a way back into the plane.
Not necessarily.
Mm.
There's gate that you don't need to be on the same plane.
Yeah, but he can't, though. He can't come here at all.
Oh yeah, right. That's why he's a patron, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm giving you
Just
that,
bring me
that,
his head.
that clinical look.
Look, we got 2 awesome dudes. By the way, I'm guessing Ranger and Barbarian? Like, what the hell is Akis?
I would say he's a barbarian. I was definitely leaning for Kalen to be a multi-class of 1 level of rogue as her start, with fighter as the rest.
Oh, fighter. Yeah, no, that's fair. We'll make these character sheets out later. They're probably, like, at our level.
I'd say so, for the ease of everything.
Yeah. Oh my god. We won't have, like, 3 casters to worry about.
Nope. It'll be nice and simple.
It's us walking forwards. Hey, Kalen, shoot that dude 3 times.
Indeed.
That's how she drew 3 arrows.
Yep.
Do level 10 fighters get 3 attacks?
I don't know. Probably not.
Interesting.
I'm gonna say no. I did it for the flair.
At level 11 they do. So
Well, I suppose she has it then. That should be the same
Yeah.
level as us.
It doesn't matter. We'll just give it to her anyways.
Perfect.
If she's the most capable in that Drow keep, she can have one extra attack. We'll say she uses her bonus action to make the extra attack there. She doesn't have extra attack 2 yet. Big whoop.
I'm excited though. I do like this group.
I am too.
I wasn't very sold on Akis, but now I am.
Yeah. you like his character.
I love this stupid idiot.
The Southern Dwarf.
So fucking good.
The old Western style dwarf.
I love him.
It's from the old West.
If anything happens to my boy, I swear to God.
Gets wished away again.
Oh, Lord. They're still technically out there as well.
Yeah. Just knowing they're safe, though, is contempt with Anna.
It would be cool to go like check on them and see how they've been, but I don't think Jester would even ask them to come with again.
No, the thing is that from what we explored in that region to begin with, they are so far apart.
Oh yeah.
Like, each of them are completely apart from each other. Barst, I'm pretty sure, was on an island.
Yep.
One of them was on a completely different continent. And one was also I think Chalet was near Barst to some degree. I think she was on like another island, but it was a much larger one that was like an actual nation, not just like a normal island.
Technically, the druid could find his way back to you, like immediately.
Well, yeah, I mean, he could just ninth level fucking
shit.
yeah,
easy peasy, or transport via plants.
I think that he's not going to do that because he doesn't necessarily need to.
No, he has no horse in this race. I guess that's a valid statement to use.
Yeah, he barely knows us.
Yeah, he doesn't care. He just joined us because there was bad stuff happening and he needed to deal with it.
Yeah, and he was repaying us from bringing him back.
As far as he's concerned, the debt has been paid.
Yeah. Oh, I love these characters.
So good.
Still sad about Eris.
Same. I choose not to think about it because I do get genuinely sad.
I do too.
She deserved better than she got.
Oh, she died twice. She died twice. We brought her back and then killed her again.
When I was thinking about who to hit with that disintegrate, I was like, there's no way it cannot be her. No one else has the emotion behind them, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get that. And then also the utility use that she had.
Exactly.
It was like, it needed... Hey, spoiler alert for like episode 23 or something.
What are you doing here listening to this?
At episode 29. Well.
It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah. Man, we've been doing this... When was the first episode uploaded again? Because we started the channel with Great Gods War. Yep. And that started back in May. And we got 10 episodes into that before we started making DoubleTime. So, yeah, that's back in like August, I want to say.
Let me check this date. As soon as
August 2nd.
Yep.
August 2nd.
We've been playing since like the spring of that year.
Yeah. We were playing Maybe not the spring, but we were playing at least because we played pretty often.
Every week, if we could.
Yeah, we were playing pretty often, and we played like 3 or 4 sessions.
Yeah.
And by sessions, I mean like 6 to 8 hours of us playing it.
Yeah, I remember those nights at fucking 4 a.m. when I questioned why I was awake.
Yeah, we don't do that anymore. I mean, right now it's 3 a.m. for you.
It's not that bad yet.
But yeah, no. Um, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I have fallen in love with Anna and this character. Because when we first started, we realistically didn't have an idea.
We started with our stats and a prompt, and it spiraled out of control, and we ended up here.
Yeah. And I wouldn't change it because it spiraled out of control, everyone. And I know we've said this a few times. It spiraled out of control because we are idiots and didn't understand changelings changing appearance. We thought we could only do it once per day.
It's whenever we want.
Yeah, and then we put our own limit on it, even though that limit doesn't necessarily matter because it's never played a part of like we only have 3 of these.
We never use them anyway.
Yeah.
Oh.
But no, I'm glad we did this because it's lighthearted to a point. It's less stressful than actually running like a huge campaign with having to worry about notes and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, plot holes exist.
Yeah. I mean, who's gonna care? Us? I mean, the viewers, I know, potentially could, and I do worry about that.
I do as well.
But
there's not a whole lot we can realistically do.
We can't. Like, we're gonna get things wrong. We do this all on the spot. I didn't have it. Did you have an idea that you were gonna go into Storm Giants when we started this?
I didn't even consider Storm Giants until I was fucking DMing in that part.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I guess this is happening.
Yeah. The only thing that I even remotely predicted was the dragon. The dragon and the lords. That's it. That's everything that I had planned. I didn't even have the layout of that other side of the hallway.
Christ. Oh, it's worked well, though. I think we finally got into a point where we can build off each other without overlapping anything. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah, kind of like, because I know what we did that in Hell a lot.
Oh my god, all the time.
It was like, Relic's got a tiny desk. No, he has a big desk. Travis is crazy. No, he's just a lunatic. There's a difference. Yeah, no, we've gotten pretty good at it, I would say. Just that like ability to adapt, which is also just the fun part about it.
It is. I do feel like me myself. I can't say the same thing about you because I don't know what the inner machinations of your mind are like. But I feel like I rely on the same sort of plot points every fucking time. I've been trying to break out of that, which is kind of how we ended up here, I guess.
Yeah, with like a social conflict almost, basically. Like trying to reinstate something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed I do that too. It's hard.
It is.
Especially when on the spot.
Just gotta remain calm and cool and just go with it, I guess.
I mean, yeah, realistically. It's something this also helps though with that sort of deal because then I won't like have the tendency to do that in a normal campaign.
Oh, absolutely.
Where I'm DMing.
It absolutely helps with that. It is a very, very handy skill to have in your back pocket in case of something like this.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, for fuck's sake, how many times are you guys going to throw me for a loop in the Great Gods War?
You haven't seen anything yet, Smile.
Look,
No, my boy Zakaris has done enough. He's gonna play
I'm
by the
excited for
straight
the
and
future
narrow
stuff, though.
and then retire because he's had enough.
I mean, he got what he wanted. He learned about his mother. The only thing that's necessarily keeping him there is Jacqueline.
Yeah.
Smile.
Oh, you're gonna kill Jacqueline, aren't you? Don't do it. I genuinely like Jacqueline.
I'm not a murderer of PCs.
Totally should be though. Smile.
I don't know. I have the philosophy of it's like I don't like when a player character dies, even though we haven't had one. We've come close a few times.
Yeah.
Even in this, we've almost died a few times.
Yeah. I don't know. I like. This is gonna sound awful, but I enjoy a good character death.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I have huge fantasy stories about like if my player character would die in a certain scenario. Like Vaughn, I have a huge monumentous moment that I am sure would never actually happen in a campaign because it would require the players, like other players doing specific things, and I'm not like the one to pressure that onto people.
If it makes you feel any better, every fight we've ever gotten in, I have come up with a scenario in which Zakaris will die.
Oh my god. You sound more like a masochist than anything else. No, a good story. A good story, I think, overrides that. So if a player decides that this has the potential, and obviously if we like came to terms with it and everything like that, because I'm sure the player would ask me, not just be like, "Oh no, Jacqueline just commit suicide." I'd be like, "Okay, um, would she?" It's like, yeah, but a good character death can give drive to a campaign.
Absolutely. Because let's face it, no good story is ever just happy all the time.
No, not always. Not all stories have happy endings.
In fact, I personally believe it's better when they don't.
It depends. It really depends on like the kind of story that you're going through
I suppose.
because
Probably not a children's book.
probably
And then
not.
she fucking died.
Red Riding Hood then went home and found that her mother, that she had loved dearly when traveling, had a seizure and was unable to recover from it.
Oh my god.
It's like, probably not. Probably not. It sounds more like a grim tale than anything else.
Probably.
But yeah, they like not all stories end well, but there are. It depends on the people because it's like you don't want to have everything that you feel like you've been doing be completely pointless. It'd be like there's a fine line between a happy ending and an ambiguous ending. Because even if you fail and have everything collapse, your effects could still affect the campaign and have a somewhat happy ending.
I feel like
Right?
our last arc was a good example of an ambiguous ending.
Um, I don't know. I would say that it was not a happy ending.
Definitely not happy, but we did accomplish something that in the long run is better for everybody.
Right.
Even though in the
We
short term,
had
a lot of bad shit happened to a lot of really good people.
yeah. It was not an ambiguous ending. It was an ending. An ambiguous ending is something that's just like it happened. Move on. But this is going to have a drastic effect.
Are you sure? I have nothing planned for this.
I mean, I have. I mean, fucking Anna's still broken up about it.
I see.
We just went back to Neverwinter.
Well, I mean,
You
yeah, it's a
kidding me?
location.
I mean, it's a blank slate now. But character-wise, this would have a big effect. But again, that's it's so hard to ascertain a good ending if it's not happy.
It's also even harder if you're the one coming up with the story.
Yeah, that's true too. If you're also a player in that.
When you play both roles, it's almost fucking impossible to cast judgment on an ending.
Yeah, I mean, in reality.
It sort of
I
goes
liked
until
it.
it ends.
I liked it because it had a lot of role play. It had a
Yeah.
huge emotional tie-in. And then that even led into some really important character details later on.
Hmm.
Like the talk with who we thought is us, but is actually not us, but also us.
We're technically them if you want to be all specific. Spoilers, by the way, if you haven't seen the episode.
But we're rambling at this point. I enjoy this. I think that it's fun. And eventually, I think we'll get to a point where it's like not everything has to be world ending. We'll just be doing actual adventuring.
I wouldn't even really call this world ending at the moment. It's like, it'll
No.
be real bad, obviously, if we don't
Yeah,
do
yeah,
anything.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But we're not
No, but
really preventing a cataclysm.
no, but I meant from like the effects in Hell,
Oh,
Strahd,
oh.
the Magi stuff.
Hmm.
All that happened back to back to back.
Yeah. No, I'm totally fine for like the next arc just being something, small scale.
Yeah, this was only because of the fact that we came here to begin with. Like, this was a task that was future prolonged in the last arc.
Yeah, this arc only exists because of side stuff. Impressive.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, next will have to be something completely fresh and new because we don't really have any underlying plot points still around, do we?
Not right now, that's what you think. Then the Storm Giants ask you to do this amazing thing where it's just like, blah, 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 blah.
I want you to go
Bring a
storm
bus.
Mount Celestia. What?
Bring us back the head of Suine, the
I can't
queen of
believe
time and space.
I can't believe you've asked me to do this. This is another apocalypse. Oh my god. But yes, I am getting tired.
Yeah, me too.
Oh,
Thank you, everyone,
thank you
for
very
listening
much.
to Double Time. This is fun, and I'm glad that you are my partner during this
Oh,
because it's just random and fun.
I appreciate you, buddy.
Absolutely. You too, man. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you again in another Double Time.
Goodbye.